Hi, this is Sabrina from the Prismatic Dragon. Today I am going to be doing a flip through of the True Ghost Story adult coloring book inspired by Jim Harold's Campfire and illustrated by Len Peralta. As you can see, it's a book about ghost stories. Jim Harold is a podcaster, and his Campfire podcast is one where folks can call in and tell their personal stories, personal experiences. Some are kind of spooky, some are a little more poignant, some are just different. Something, just a different kind of podcast to check out if that's something you might be interested in. So here we have the front cover. And that is one of the images that's in the book. You can see it's kind of a different kind of image. It's sort of stylized. Obviously, the one in the book is not going to look the same. This is the back cover. This gives you a better idea of what the images will look like. It's not a very thick book, kind of thin, and it's bound in a way that if you wanted to take it apart, you could if you wanted to separate out the images, just to make them easier. The pages are kind of thick, not so thick as maybe Johanna Basford's books, but definitely thicker than a paperback, so pretty good for coloring. So over here we also have the color test page. Those are handy to have if you want to test out your markers or your colored pencils and see how they're going to look on these particular images. And let's just go ahead and flip through the book here. You can see the different options. They have the different images. It's nothing super complicated. There are some thinner lines here and there, but it's not overly intricate. I wouldn't say it's quite a beginner book. In some ways it is, and in some ways there's kind of some intricate lines that you have to get into. So maybe beginner to intermediate coloring. It's definitely something different. If you have someone in your life who is kind of tired of the floral images that a lot of coloring books are, maybe a guy who wants something that's a little less girly, or somebody who's just interested in ghosts or is a big fan of Halloween, or even if you yourself are, this is definitely something you might want to check out. Definitely a couple different types of images we have here as we're flipping through. And we're almost to the end here. And I'll flip this image on the side here just because it's landscape in the book, so you can get a good idea of what it looks like. Now, if you're interested in what stories inspired these images, there's an image key in the back, and that will tell you which podcast episode each of these images comes from. Some of the podcast stories have been transcribed into books, and if those images are available in a book, Jim lists that as well for you so that you can check those out, which is pretty handy if you're a podcast listener, if you want to go back and listen to those podcasts. Or if you just want to learn about the stories, you can find them that way. So that's the book. It's definitely something different, something I would recommend. I like kind of different coloring books that aren't the same old thing. As you can see, they are one-sided images, and that's helpful for colorists if you have markers that tend to bleed through. It won't bleed through into the next image, although I'd still put something in between the pages if you keep them all inside the book, just so it doesn't bleed onto the next image. You don't want that to happen. And that's pretty much it. That's our coloring book for today. Hope you check it out. There will be a link in the comments so you can purchase the book if you are interested. Thanks, and have a really great day.